Hello everybody out there, how is it going? Welcome to Flawless Rage 2 and welcome to House Flipper 2. Okay, tonight Caravan Park gets finished, simply put. So we're going to get into it, get that done, and then we're going to get it sold. The vans have been named, but I'll show you that later on once we get some people in. And they finally updated the title screen of House Flipper. No more Christmas one. Hallelujah. Although, if the weather report is to be believed, it is going to be quite cold tomorrow, possibly Friday, and into the weekend. So, some cold weather on the way. I thought it was spring, man. What the fuck? But in any event, we're here tonight to have a bit of fun, to get this done. That rhymed. And, yeah. Get this project wrapped up. It's been a long project. It really has been a bloody long project. But I'm happy I got it done. Now I'm going to keep my head down. And I'm going to go and do these houses, or these places first. I'm not going to show you what they're called just yet. There we go, now we can look up. Right, so this is one of them. And this is going to be probably the bathroom. And then of course, behind that, you've got what's going to be quite a spacious bedroom, to be fair. So yeah. What I may even do is actually put another door on that to go through, so you've got two-way access into the bathroom. And then out here is your main living room area. So which one should be bed, which one should be bath? Decisions, eh? Well, this one room is smaller, so I'm thinking maybe this could be a bedroom and we could just do a big-ass bathroom. So I do think that is what we'll do. So let's get it all done. Pop our torch on and away we go. So bedroom first. Let's get some surface finishes down. I was so happy when I saw that they changed the title screen to a spring one. They've still got Santa Claus is Coming to Town written down there, but maybe they'll get rid of that in due course. But it is so nice to see that they've got rid of the bloody thing. You know, it's March, you know, it's taken them a considerable amount of time, you know, to get this changed, but I'm really happy they did. I'll mention it again at the end of stream, but please remember that Thursday this week will be my last stream, and it won't be House Flipper, it'll be WWP. And what we're going to be doing is I'm going to be taking a 2-week break because the Easter holidays and the kids being off. I'm doing that to spend more time with my wife. So yeah, there will be no streams for 2 weeks. After Thursday, I'll be back on the, I think I said the 12th of April. So I'll check that again. And but I think that's when I said I'll be back. So yeah. Try not to miss me too much. You'll probably be glad to be here and have me gone, to be perfectly honest. So, yeah. But I'll be, I'll be back then, and we'll be back onto a new project on House Flipper. You know. But we have got some of the old favourites returning to WWP this week. I'm going to do a bigger show than what I did last week. Last week was a tester to see how it was all going to run and everything. And even though there are new features, we're going to go with it and see what we can do, really. You know, it's going to be a good one. So join me on Thursday for that, my last stream for 2 weeks. In that 2 weeks is my birthday, so yeah. When I actually the 12th, when I come back, that's the day after. So yeah. In the chat, Kathy's interested. Sorry, had to lurk the other day, and tonight is a massive storm. Can't hear shit for the wind and rain. Not a problem. Not a problem. Good to see you here, Kathy. Anyway, welcome to the stream. Hope you're okay. yeah, it's not a very nice night. Not going to be a very nice day tomorrow. So, and I've got to go out tomorrow night at about 6:30ish. So yeah. All fun and games, isn't it? This is just sort of like, you know, this weather we got right now here in the UK is just the, you know, it's just the winter saying, I'll be back, you know. Well, let me tell you something, it can stay, it doesn't have to be back, it can stay fucked off for all I care. She says, hi, I can't believe the neighbour of yours. Holy hell, some people. I know. That was, you know, I don't see how sort of like, you know, like I was saying the other night, I don't see how a plant in my garden affects her. You know, I think she's just thinking about, like I said the other day, I think she's like a fucking into nature and wildlife and stuff because she's got loads of bird boxes in her garden and up on her house and stuff. And I think because she's bought her house, whereas we're next door and we're renting, I think she thinks that she's got more priority and she's the shit. You know, I haven't heard, I haven't seen her anymore since Sunday, but you know. But yeah, you're right, it is some people, you know. You get him everywhere though. There's always one cunt to fucking, you know, try and ruin your day. And it turns out that, you know, Saturday and Sunday, that was her. Just pissed off because I was cutting down a thing. Well, it's staying now. Not to make her happy, because of the stump will be a pain in the arse to get out. So what I'm doing instead, you know. Yeah. I know, exactly. She has got no right. I will agree with you. She's got no right whatsoever. But she is one of them, you know, you get them every fucking where. She's one of them who thinks that sort of like she can tell you what to do. I've been around that before, where we used to live. I know how to play motherfuckers like that, you know. With where we used to live, you know, it used to be sort of like, I mean, there would be complaint after complaint. Oh, I became friends with my neighbours at the other place in the end. They turned out to be okay. I wouldn't say best of friends, but okay. You know, if I see them now, I'll still talk to them. But yeah, I know she had no right, but there you go. And sort of like saying, oh, you want to ring the council and it's this and it's that and it's the other. You know. At the end of the day, it is up to me what I do, you know. But we've just decided to do it elsewhere now. And where we're going to do it, it can be bigger and better. So, I guess all's well that ends well. But yeah, there was no fucking reason for her to stick her fucking snout into other people's business. You do get that, though. You get that a lot. She sounded so... yeah, she is. She is. I mean, she always has this... I've said about the workmen in her house before. There's always this one guy. She must have some fucking cash. Because, you know, there's this one guy who goes around there. He's private hire. He's not council. Like I said, she's bought her house. So, you know. And, yeah. You know, but... That's alright. I give him hell on a Saturday. I stick my hi-fi on and crank up the fucking whatever the fuck I can find. After last week's fiasco with the whole garden thing, this week she might be having a bit of Slipknot pounding through a wall. So, yeah, you know. You do get these motherfuckers who think they can walk all over you and tell you what to do and everything like that, and they absolutely have no right, you know. You get them everywhere, you know. Hell, I've got one for a mother, you know what I mean? So, you know, I just sort of like, I've dealt with people like that before, you know. And I haven't, like I said, I didn't say, okay, then we'll keep it to keep the peace or anything. It was just sort of like, we'll keep it in there, we'll put other things in and do it the other side and make it bigger and better than we were going to do anyway. But as for sort of like, being so petty as sort of like to tell me to get my lights off her fence, I mean, she was really, really up the arse about that. She was like, can you take your lights off my fence? She probably bought it cheap back in the 90s when they were selling council houses off. My cousin brought hers 32 grand, sold it for 185k last year. Yeah, exactly. No, she's only been there since last year. I mean, the thing about it is, she had her house before I had mine, but it took her longer to move in than it has me because she wanted so much work done. It's fucking ridiculous. And, hell, I don't even know if I can demonstrate with this very game what kind of thing I've got in my garden. Would it be something like that? It's not holly. It would be... Think of something like that, but going all the way up to here, and then sort of like, she's, yeah. She does seem up the arse a bit. She doesn't cause any bother, doesn't make any noise, any shit like that, apart from when that wanker goes around there and does work, and fucking we have to sit here trying to relax in our home here and bang, bang, bang all the fucking time, The other week, he was doing it so much, I put the hi-fi on, connected my phone up to it, and blasted out if I had a hammer. So there you go. But yeah, it's just one of them things, really. It's just the way it is. I think it's fucking stupid. I think it's ridiculous. She is totally and was totally out of line. But she thinks sort of like, she thinks that she can talk to people however she wants because she's got money, that kind of thing is what she comes across as to me. But yeah, can you take your lights off my fence because it's my fence and you didn't ask me permission if you could put them up there? Bitch, I put them up there when you weren't even fucking living there. I put them lights up out there when you weren't even living there. You haven't been living there since about fucking, October last year. I moved in here fucking April last year. And she was kicking up a shit about a fence. As soon as I say I'm going to keep the plant, oh, you can put your lights up. I thought, what a cunt. Yeah, it's true. You are right there. I just can't fucking, it's the audacity and the gall of some people to think that they can do that. But like I've said, I've dealt with people like that before. And although it pissed me off, I would still rather have 10 of that neighbour than I would fucking one of the other ones I used to have. Fucking hell, man. And the shit. Oh, neither can I. Even my mum said I'm glad I weren't fucking there because I'd have told the old cow. But my mum would have made the situation worse. And besides, I'm not very happy with my mum at the moment. The lying bastard. Anyway, there you go. That's another story for another day. But yeah, you get them fucking everywhere. All these motherfuckers, thinking they can tell you what to do just because they're either got money or they, you know. But the fucking most wonderful. I don't even know why she honestly wants that house next door. She's got no one living there with her. She's a single woman on her own who's bought a 3-bedroom house. What the fuck does she want a 3-bedroom house for? What, is she going to turn it into some cheap knocking shop or something? She won't get no custom, I guarantee it. It's just, you know, it could be something like that, Kathy. Yeah, it could be. You know, she just it's just people like that, you know. But yeah, it's fucking completely out of order. And, you know, I will be doing stuff to my garden, but in my own time. The thing about it is, whether I do what I say, or what I told her, is two different things. I might not. You know, she's no bother really. You know, she's not really much bother. But she is one of them people who sticks the snout in and want to know everybody's business and shit like that. So it's best to proceed with caution around people like that, I've always found. Because, you know, they want to know everyone's business and they're sort of like, you know, up in your grill about everything. So, yeah. But I'm not too bothered. It's all done and over with now. Oh yeah, definitely. Where I lived before, where I lived before, I never used to go outside in the garden. What I used to do, so they didn't see me, is we had a big buddleia in that garden, the other house. And at first I let that overgrow, but then that housing association told me it was too untidy and to cut it back. So I cut it down. And then I put in and then so you go out there and you got this fucking woman who lives down the bottom of the garden, you know, different bloke round there every fucking day, and it's like, you know, you go out there and she just wants to talk to you and stuff. And I'm like, I just don't want to talk to you, you know, I don't really want to go out. We can't smoke indoors because we've got kids. Even though, you know, they're 10 and 15, but even to this day, we do not smoke indoors. We'll stand at the back door and have it in weather like this, otherwise we'll go outside. And we'll, you know, that's what we'll do. We'll go outside and do it. But at the other house, I used to look behind the curtain first to see if she was outside or anyone was outside who'd want to try and talk. Open the door as quietly as I could and then run around the corner just so I could have a fag in peace. But when my old neighbour, and Pam and Boston know this, my old neighbour had a weird laugh. When she laughed, she'd sound like like that, literally like that. And she'd be so fucking loud with it. And so in the end, you know, we just sort of like just try to avoid her. Yeah, she used to give shit away for free and stuff. She used to palm bikes off to me, which I could really fucking do with right now. But apart from that, you know, it's just one of them things. And you go out there. Yeah, well, she was a little bit, and she always used to want me to go round and fix her fucking bike for her and stuff, and I'm like, for fuck's sake. She's the sort of person who will, if she can get it for free, she will, you know. If she, instead of buying a sort of like something for her bike or a tool she needs or something, instead of buying it, if someone else has got it, they'll do the job for her. Instead of paying, you know, instead of having the thing you do it yourself, use someone else's kind of thing, you know. And after a while, I got a little bit sick and tired of that, going around there and fixing fucking bikes for her and whatnot. I mean, she even phoned. She lived at the bottom of my garden, but I wasn't outside, so she video called me one day. Have you got a drill? I was like, yes, I've got a drill. Can I borrow it because we're trying to put a light up in my living room? I was like, no, you can't borrow it because it's not charged. It was fully charged at the time. And no, I'm that sort of person. I don't like anybody else touching my tools. I don't like, you know, in case they damage them or something. And then, you know, so I thought, yeah, you're not borrowing my drill. And yeah, it's just one thing after a fucking another, really. You get cunts wherever you live, no matter where you are. You know, you're always going to get these fucking twats. You know, I just tend not to take as you know, notice of them. Don't give them attention. Now, what do I do moving forward about her next door? Well, if she sort of like, you know, if she'll say hello to me, I'll say hello to her. If you know, I'll just exchange pleasantries that way. I won't be sort of like, you know, I won't be that sort of person to be, you know, pally with them anyway. You know, that ain't me. I like my own space, and I like to be able to do what I want to. Shame you just can't do that in a garden that you fucking basically are maintaining. But there you go. That is the world we live in. That is the shit that we have to deal with on a daily basis. Yeah. Oh yeah, I know. I've you know, I've lent tools out beforehand, gone back. I've even, I mean, my dad used to have a shit ton of tools, and when he passed, he left them to me. And two of them, I mean, I didn't have the space to look after them, so one person, he had you remember the old Black and Decker Workmates, the bench, the workbench you can basically set up anywhere, right? He had one of them. He left that to me. Someone took it. My sister was married to this bloke who then looked after my tools for me, and there was a sander in there. He took my fucking sander. You know, I questioned him about it because I didn't see no sander there. I thought, no, of course you didn't, you lying cunt. You know, what can I do? It is what it is, right? I try and keep myself as level-headed as I can these days. Sometimes, you know, psycho version of Flawless comes out though. Oh yeah, totally. You can't trust anybody but yourself. Yeah. You know, I trust very, very few people. With me, they've got, with me it's like respect. It's not given, it's earned. And you know, I tend not to, you know, I tend not to buy into people's bullshit too much. I have to deal with enough bullshit every day, every time I pick up the fucking phone to my goddamn mother. But I'm not going to talk about her tonight because she just pisses me off. I'm so sick and tired of hearing the same old shit on the phone every day. Oh yeah, totally. I've had that, yeah. I've had friends do it to me. I've had, you know, I'm that guy, right? And in just me, there are other ones around, but I'm that guy who sort of like is nice to everybody because I want to be nice to people. I don't want to be a cunt to everybody, right? I'm nice to everybody and sort of like, you know, and therefore they think they can take advantage of me. And yet when you start standing up for yourself and shit, they don't like it. You know, when you, and that was sort of like, you know, that's with old friends and stuff, mainly. You know, I thought there was, at one point there was a friend I thought I was going to have this friend for life. No. You know, got on like a house on fire and everything, but nope. That was a no-go. And I'm glad of it. Fuck it, is what I say. Because I, you know, I do this YouTube channel, and on here, even though I've never met you guys, I feel like I've got the best friends in the world now. You know, you, Kathy, Pam, Boston, Sean, you know, because, you know, we get each other and sort of like, you know, we understand the shit that people can go through and everything, you know. And, you know, people's true colours come out eventually. Oh, yes, they do. Oh, yes, they do. You know. You know, I mean, me now, basically me in a nutshell is sort of like, don't care, don't give a shit. I look after the people who are nice to me and, you know, who I get on with and who I consider friends. They're the people who I, you know, take care of. But my main focus in life is my kids and my wife. Especially, you know, especially them, because they're just so fucking cool, you know. Oh yeah, definitely. We've seen it, we've been through it, and we know what it's like. You know, our journeys are different, but we're on the same road. You know, you know, I try and support people the best I can. You know, like once a year, I tend to do like a mental health special. You know, talking about my experience of like anxiety, panic attacks, that kind of thing. But you know, I'll only talk about the shit that I've been through. I can't talk for anyone else. You know, because I don't know what they've been through. You know, you can't sort of like really sympathize with anything until you've been through it yourself. And sort of like that's what I tend to do, just sort of like, you know, there, listen and maybe learn a little bit about things, you know, and just try and be a nice fucking person, really. You know, if you met me, you'd think I'd be like one crazy fucking motherfucker. And to a certain extent, I am, I guess. But you know, but I'm nice with it. I'm not sort of like, you know, I'm not a bad person most of the time. Oh, that looks shitty. Quick, go back to white. There we go. We'll do that. Yeah. So, you know, but that's a little road we're on called fucking life. You know, you're gonna experience shit in your life. Everybody does. The best way to be only a cunt when you need to be. Absolutely, yes. Only when you abso-fucking-lutely need to be. Next door nearly fucking found that out last Sunday because I thought Saturday was the end of it. And I thought to myself, she says one more fucking word, you know. And I just started talking to the bloke who was working for her. I thought, well, he's charging for time and labour, right? So I thought if I could talk to him, I can cost her more money. I said that, you know, I said that he could come in my garden and sort these things out, you know. And she followed. And what makes me laugh the most is sort of like, I'll just go back to that just for a second, sort of like the garden shrub, me not cutting it down in my own garden situation. Right, I'll just go back to that for a second. So it's okay to tell me that I can't cut a thing down in my garden because basically she don't like it, you know. And I wasn't being considerate by asking her if I could put a few tiny solar garden lights up on apparently her fence. But it's okay for her to have a workman go in every day, lumping, banging, fucking drilling all fucking day from 9:30 till 5 o'clock, nearly every fucking day, while I'm trying to get on and do things and relax in my own home. But, you know, where's the courtesy in that? Where's the courtesy of her knocking on the door and just sort of like saying, "Oh, hi, sorry to disturb you. There's going to be a bit of noise again today next door. I'm just having some work done. I hope it ain't too inconvenient for you. I hope it's you know, sorry I was going to disturb you. You know." Yeah, she is a hypocrite. Yeah. You know, that was on the tip of my fucking tongue. But you know what? A lesson my dad taught me is fight fire with fire. Which is why well, I mean, I've always put music on like a weekend. That's sort of like my weekend thing to do. But now I just turn it up a little bit louder. You know, when the warm weather decides to fucking return, that back door will be open on a Saturday, and she's gonna hear it fucking all. She's gonna hear, well, like she'll probably hear Slipknot then actually, and she's gonna hear sort of like Sabbath and Ozzy, and she's gonna hear Dogma, and you know, all these other like metal bands and stuff like that, Metallica, you name it, she's gonna fucking hear it. And I give two shits if she likes it or not. You know, I don't care. I'm doing, you know, I can't do anything wrong. I'm doing it within the hours that I'm allowed to. So, for all intents and purposes, fuck her. I really don't give two single shits about it. I really don't. Oh yeah, that's all right. Let her do it. That's why I say let her do it. We've had one before. Well, I mentioned the other night where I used to live, and you know she used to go complaining about every fucking thing, and especially when sort of like I'd play a video game, and she apparently it was too loud for her. So then she'd go moaning about it, and we get letters through in the chat. My bro's in. Hello, brother. Welcome to the stream. I've been waiting for you to reveal these names of these fucking caravans, right? You know, yeah. So, you know, but it is what it is. We'll just put it down to that. It is what it fucking is. You know, you're gonna get cunts no matter wherever you go or whatever you do in life. There's always going to be one bastard who thinks they're better, who thinks they know better, and who tries to fuck your day up. Top tip, don't let them. You know, like I said the other night, tell them to have a Coke and a smile and shut the fuck up. You know, at the end of the day, if you're going to be if you're going to be a cunt to me, I'm going to be a cunt to you. It's as simple as that, you know. The only thing about me is you can't escape them. They breed. Oh, yeah, that's the problem. That is the big problem there. In all honesty, I'm surprised they have the fucking sense and knowledge and you know, can take the head out of their ass for 5 minutes that they actually know how to fucking breed. But there you go. That's just them. Right, let's chuck a telly up here, get a quick kitchen in, and I'll reveal these names of these places, because you guys know what I'm like, so you get a rough idea of what's coming. Right, we'll chuck that telly up there, and I'll just do a small little kitchen over here real quick. Nothing too drastic, just, you know, basics. Right, so we'll chuck a cooker in there. I should change the name of this channel, shouldn't I? From Flawless Rage 2 to Dirty, Seedy and Sordid. Okay. So I think I'm going to chuck a fridge in there when I go to the right fucking place to get one. fucking fridge? Who stole my fucking fridge? Right. Oh, fucking hell, where are we? Where's the kitchen shit? Hang on, I found it. Right. That'll fucking do. Okay. So let's go and have a look at some names of places, shall we? I've got a paint up there again because I moved the window, but that's okay. So what's the first one? Right. Okay, so this is the first stat that we got that a person can move into and buy in this caravan park. This one has a special name. They all have special names. This one is called Nice Nipples Nook. So this one is Nice Nipples Nook. And yeah, that's what this one is Nice Nipples Nook. Let's just quickly paint that while we're here to get it all nice and the same thing. So yes, a bit of Nice Nipples Nook. You know, who wants to live here? How much are you going to pay to live in some Nice Nipples Nook? Plus there's lights everywhere as well, so that's good. I believe we have another one over here which I haven't done yet, so let's head over there and see what I have named this one. What could it be? Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to buy this one, then you'll be living in Pleasure Puss Palace. Oh yes, it has to be done. Pleasure Puss Palace is up for sale. It needs decorating, which is what we're going to do tonight if we get time. So there we go. Pleasure Puss Palace in the house. Okay. Shall we keep going on our adventures, children? Right, okay. Okay, so this one over here, it was the first one we done. And this one's up for sale. This is Hard Wang House. Oh yes, do you want to live in Hard Wang House? Who wants to live in Hard Wang House? Oh yes. There you go. This one can be for yours, and then you can ring up the energy company and they say, what is your address? And you can say, Hard Wang House. So there you go. That is that one. We also have this one over here as well. Pray tell, what is the name of this one? Where would you be living? Cream Pie Cabin. That's where you'll be living. Okay, Kathy. Cream Pie Cabin is where you'll be living if you live in this one. And of course, let's not forget the Irish one we did the other night, which is Lady Leprechaun's Hole. So, they are the names of the cabins. That is what we are dealing with here. So there you have it. So let me get some... this is quite a large place, this one is. So let me get a couple of windows up in this motherfucker so people can actually see out the goddamn window and see what's going on. And peek out of the window at night time and hopefully see somebody having sex across the way. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Right. In here's going to be... I don't fucking know, bedroom or bathroom. I ain't decided yet. Right. Let's put a couple of windows. We'll call this one the bedroom, shall we? And let's put about 3 windows in here. Just let a little bit of that spring sunshine in, which isn't even shining here in the UK at the minute because the weather's being a complete and utter cunt fag. Right. Okay, what should we do first? Living room? Or let's do this one. Let's do this one. Bedroom. Right, okay. Ugh, right. We're just going to wrap this one together. No particular design on this one. We're just going to chuck it together the best we can. And seeing as it's big, that's what she said, let me get some white carpet down. Oh yeah, check that out. Wonderful. Absolutely fucking stunning. I think you will agree. Lovely stuff. Look at that. Right. Let's go with, I mean, this is a bedroom, right? So, yeesh. That's a long bedroom. I might not actually kit this one out. I might just paint it up and let it be, paper it and let it be that on this one. Because this place does have to be sold tonight. Please remember, Thursday this week is my last stream for 2 weeks, and that one is going to be WWP wrestling. We've got some of your lovely ladies back that you like. We've got, some, really good superstars, and I want to be able to showcase them. So this Thursday is WWP. Then I'm off for 2 weeks until about the 12th of April. And then I will return and figure out another fucking project to do on House Flipper in the meantime. So, yeah. This is the last House Flipper for a couple of weeks. Right, wallpaper. Bedroom. Yeah, fuck it. That'll be alright. It don't matter. Yep. So there you go. But yeah, sorry I have to talk about that point again, but I wanted just to discuss it with Kathy a bit further. About all the shit I went through with the neighbour over the weekend, because fucking hell. But I still would like to hear your neighbourhood stories, any disasters you've had with them. I mean, because if you're going to have run-ins with anybody in life, it's going to be fucking neighbours, People who did, they just fucking get on your nerves. Okay, so let's get this papered up. I might chuck a bed in here, but that'll probably be all I do once it's decorated up, because I don't think really we're going to have enough time to do all of it, because I need to be off here tonight, because there's something I need to do before I go to bed. Okay, let's get some more of that. There we go. I hope to God that's not the wind I can hear outside, because that motherfucker is noisy. I do hate this fucking weather. Where's my sunshine? Where's my warmth? Where's me going out and seeing women walking around in low-cut tops? They ruin all your fun, don't they? Fucking weather. Shit. Right, okay. Well, we knew I had to fuck up somewhere tonight, and there it was. Okay. That is BEA beautiful. While I've got this roller in my hand, I may as well start doing the ceiling. Or just paint that up. Lovely. Yes, but to go with what you said, brother, about the update, I saw a House Flipper update today, and I was like, oh, they might have finally got the spring, sort of like springtime streaming kind of thing. But no DLC. But at least I've changed that fucking Christmas picture now, which I'm very happy with. I don't like Christmas at the best of times, so... And Kathy's back. Welcome back. Welcome, welcome. Right. Okay, so... There you go. Let me get just this patched up. There we go. And I'm just going to leave it at that. Right. Do you know? Kind of want to just sell it now how it is. It's been a long project. I might sell it now how it is, and then we'll pick somewhere where I'm going to do something next time. Oh no, what happened to my... Oh yeah, Pleasure Puss Palace. Oh no. Let me quickly move that. There you go. God, people need to know where they live. Where they're living. I mean, shit. Did you miss any other names? Well... No, you didn't really. I'll run through them again anyway, because do you know what? We'll sell it and we'll pick somewhere for the next project, whatever it may be. It might just be a straight up renovation next time. Might go something light. So, yeah, I'll run through the names again. So this is the caravan park. It doesn't have really any name. What I did do is, I'll just say this. On the outside, I did put a wall and it says residents only. Visitors, please wear a park pass. So... yeah, that's for any people who are visiting the park, and then of course the office is there. But let's run through the names of one more time of these places. They're all up for sale. So there is Pleasure Puss Palace. Absolutely fucking fantastic. Over here we have Nice Nipples Nook right there. Over here we have Hard Wang House. And finally, over here, we have the last two, Cream Pie Cabin, and the Irish one we did the other night, Lady Leprechaun's Hole. If I was to say to you, Kathy, which one of these are you buying to live in? What name are you going for? Which would you choose? Same to you, Boston. Which one would you buy to live in? Me, I'm definitely taking the Pleasure Puss Palace. So, Kathy, I'll take the Cream Pie Cabin. It's yours. Pleasure Puss Palace is mine. So, it only leaves Nice Nipples Nook, Hard Wang House, and the Irish one, the Lady Leprechaun's Hole. The more pussy, the better. Woohoo! Kathy says she likes it. The more pussy, the better. So, do you know what? For you, Boston, I think I'm going to give you Nice Nipples Nook. Because, you know, it's all about that. And let's just not forget, we'll just acknowledge the children's play park that we built as well. Nice little kids play park there. The child who lives at fucking Hard Wang House. Right, okay. Let's sell this place. See what we get for it, and then what we'll do is we'll pick another place, and we might start dismantling it a little bit tonight. Okay, so here we go. Are you guys ready for this? This has been a long fucking job. What a bastard. Let's hope another bastard don't try and buy it. By that, I mean buy low. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. No buy low. And we're getting quite a considerable amount of money for it. Okay, we've got 1-4, 1-3, and 1-4 there. But the best one is Simone Karim, who is 1-4. So I'm going to sell it to her. Maybe she just wants to, you know, one day in Hardwang House, one day in Cream Pie Cabin, and relive her youth. So, Simone, my dear, it is yours. Indeed, well done, Simone. Let's have a look at what it was and what it is now. Boston says I named my character Mr. Byler since I run a pawn shop. That's very good. There you go. You can see what it was, what it is. There you go. That is our stats. That was our little caravan park. And yeah, you know what? I'm going to save the photos because that one took an awful long time to build. So the next one I think is just going to be a complete straight up, you know, renovation, maybe modifications here and there to somewhere. After a big project like that, I think when you know, we'll buy somewhere, and then when I come back, we'll do somewhere a little bit easier and smaller. So I'm not doing double trouble. Fuck that. Right. So which one should we do? Well, it is springtime, apparently. Tell the fucking weather that. So I think we're going to go for somewhere on the coast. So what should we have? There's the waterfront house. Haven't really done much to that before. The house on stilts, I mean, another good project there. Coastal, seaside, the restaurant, we could do something with that. Do you know what? I'm going to go waterfront here, I think. Let's buy it and go and take a look at it because I can't remember this one. See what work we've got to do to it and, you know, just do a straight up renovation. Something a hell of a lot easier than knocking down an entire fucking theme park. Seriously, what is that fucking noise? Either that's wind or we have a ghost. Kathy says, I'm playing Crimson Desert. They're mainly English voice acting, a lot of Yorkshire, even some Norfolk and Somerset accents. Oh shit, nice one. Sounds pretty good. Okay, so we got some nasty ass bugs about here. That ain't good. We got some shit laying there on the ground in here. We've got little workshop shed area. Not too bad. I'm already seeing a vision for this. You found a gun. Okay, my mum's address is... Right, okay, cool. Okay, let's go and take a look around. So, you can see that the rooms are quite small. Really, you know, compared to sort of like other places. This is like really bad. Fuck. You can see sort of like what this place is all about, right? You know, it's small, but we can definitely do something with it. We can definitely do something with this. I kind of like the fact, done deal, brother. Right. Yeah, I quite like the way that an Airbnb is a great idea. Yeah. You know, I really like the way that this is mapped out. I like the small rooms. The fact it's got 2 bathrooms, but just supposing, if we turned the bottom of this house into the first floor, and instead of making it a 2-story, make it a 3. Make this motherfucker into a 3. A 3-story. Get rid of this shit. Get rid of the shed. You know, take these posts out. All we've literally got to do is just build along here, and we can turn it into, you know, a downstairs and upstairs with bedroom, you know. Surf shop underneath. Nice. Loving it. Loving that idea. You know, we could definitely do something. Or, Kathy's got a point there. Speaking of shops, we could do sort of like a sports like rental shop, bike rental, that kind of thing. You know, that might pay to do something like that. So I might steal that idea, if that's all right, Kathy, and run with it, because that's a pretty good one. A pawn shop. Well, it won't be the sort of pawn that Boston's looking at right now. We could make it a summer porno recording studio. No, we can't do that. What the fuck am I saying? Yes, we can. We can do anything we want. And I mean anything we want. Hint, hint, neighbour, including gardening. Oops, did I say that too fucking loud? Right, you know. Yeah, these could be the living quarters. Downstairs could be like a bike sport kind of rental shop. I'm into that. I am fucking totally into that. I'm into that balls deep with a fucking cherry on top. That sound alright. And hey, there's even a football to get us started, look. We've even got all of this out back. So you could do something there. We could move the steps, couldn't we, to there. See, already getting ideas. Yep, we could definitely do something with that. So why don't we start by doing a tiny bit of it now, and then I'll carry on when I come back after my break. So let me go here and just take out all of this malarkey. And yes, guys, there is another strip club on the way. That'll be coming sort of like probably after this project's done, to be fair. And yes, I already have a name for it. I really like building strip clubs. They give me such, you know, enjoyment and excitement. Yep. Well, I'm not breaking just yet, Kathy. I'm still back on this Thursday, but it's a wrestling stream. WWP wrestling this week. We've got some more of your favourites, like I say, and I'm going to do a bit of a longer stream this week. I might even try out a couple of the new match types. We shall see. Right. Knock this window out. Take that out. Get rid of this. And we're already underway to our next project, even before, you know, and we'll pick it up when I come back after said break. So we could smash through that, couldn't we? But even there, do you see what what we've done? We could even fucking take these here out, right? Build along and have it. You're sorry you missed last Thursday week. You don't need to apologise for shit. That's all right. That's all good. I hope you enjoyed your game. Not a problem. You know. It's all good. Not to worry, mate. Right. So what we could actually do is we could split it into 3 groups. So what we could do is sort of like, have sports equipment, maybe a little shop, beach shop, and then bike rental or something, I'm thinking along those lines. We could definitely do that and split it into 3, have doors go to each one. Glass, you know, a lot of, you know, good, some nice windows, that kind of thing, or one big window, you know. The possibilities are fucking endless, they really are. Right, okay. Well, do you know what, guys? I think that's me done for today. After I take these little bits of wood out, because they're annoying the ever-loving shit out of me. Right, and that rock. Hello, Dwayne. Right. Okay, so that is me out. I will be back on Thursday, this Thursday, for WWP Wrestling. There has been some more development in the creations department. So be sure to come along and join it, because it's going to be a good stream. I'm going to do a longer stream as well. I might do a 5 or 6 matcher. We will see. But in any event, it's going to be good. So please, I'd love to see you all there. So, you know, come along and cheer for your favourite WWP superstars on Thursday. And yeah, we'll have a good one. Boston, my brother, says thanks for streaming. Thank you for coming in, bro. Much appreciated. Hope you're okay. Hope to see you on Thursday. Right, so Kathy says, have a lovely night. Thanks for streaming. Good night. Good night to you as well. Massive shout out to Kathy, just for simply being fucking awesome, okay? So yeah, massive shout out to Kathy. Also, you didn't come in tonight, but I hope you're okay. Shout out to Sean. Hope you're okay out there, mate. And of course, our 2 mainstays, our 2 shows we do all the time, but they definitely deserve it. The first one is my brother from another mother, Mr. Boston Tea Party. Oh yes. If you like House Flipper, if you like mansions, this man is the king of them. Go and subscribe to him. And hey, summer is coming. People want to be cooled off. And ladies, this man will squirt you down with his hose any day of the week. You want to see his hose? Go subscribe to his channel. That is Mr. Boston Tea Party right here on YouTube. Also, another fantastic person and fantastic content creator, Pam's Game TV 2000. She is the queen of the flipper. You know, she does so many good, incredible builds. This woman is literally an artist. That's what it is, art. So yes, not a problem. Go and subscribe to not Kathy. Well, yeah, if Kathy had a channel. But go and subscribe to Pam's Game TV 2000. In the chat, Kathy says, oh, thank you. You're awesome too, Mr. Flawless Rage. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. And Mr. Boston Tea Pie says, thanks for the show. You are more than welcome. Right. I will see you guys on Thursday for WWP Wrestling. Hope to see you there. It's going to be a good one. Until then, guys, if you're in the UK, fucking put a coat on. And maybe some heating. But above all, be good to each other. Don't complain about other people's gardens. Stay safe. And God bless you all. Cheers, guys. Thank you so much. Good night, everyone.